So I got this idea from Grace and Frankie. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's become one of my favorite shows on Netflix. And Frankie is played by Lily Tomlin, and she does vlogging like it's almost like a diary where you can share and you kind of talk yourself through to the solution. And I've been toying with vlogging, but there's a big part of me that's been hiding behind the safety and comfort of my computer. And for the last couple years, I've experienced tremendous heartbreak and just really painful dark night of the soul transformations. And I have been feeling prompted by spirit that I really need to share me. And this weekend is a big weekend for me. We're getting ready to move. I am getting ready to move to Castle Rock, Colorado. The moving trucks will be here Monday, so today's a big moving day, hence the glamorous look. But this is me at my worst, and I feel that if I can't authentically share me at my worst, I'll never be able to share me at my best. So this is me. One of my biggest challenges in my entire life has been being a mom. Very bittersweet journey for me, and has not been a joyful experience. You know, I've had happy moments, and but in raising 5 children and being a very independent woman, I've transitioned from being the martyr to the matriarch, and that's what my journey of motherhood has been about. Is the journey through, I was raised a martyr, but when I decided that it was time and spirit had finally called, and I listened to the call, and I was being called to rise to my size, and that was the size of the matriarch. And it's been a struggle for me because it's as an empath, I feel every emotion to the nth degree, the joy and the pain, and not just mine, but everybody in my space. So sometimes it's hard for me to differentiate between what my pain is and if this is your pain that I'm experiencing. I know when it comes to being a mom, a lot of it is my pain, and I think maybe the pain of my past generations. One of the inconveniences of raising independent children, especially my little Lexi, who will be 13 in July. I raised her to be very independent, and she had minimal influence from her father. All the other ones had very heavy domestic violence, the fighting, the trauma, the turmoil, and Lexi was saved from that. Her father and I divorced when she was very, very little, and I have been her sole supporter almost the majority of her life. And so I've raised her, and I've been single for 7 years by choice, because I wanted to focus on Lexi and cleaning up my own mental and emotional stuff. And a couple years ago, I was diagnosed after a really traumatic experience with post-traumatic stress disorder. And I've never been one for labels. I've never wanted to use it as a cop-out or a license. But when the diagnosis was given, a lot of my life made sense to me. A lot of my fears. And I had to come to terms with this is legit. This is for real. But I also know that I may have PTSD, but it doesn't have me. And I've transitioned a lot of my pain through understanding my fears and my phobias that I work through. So in raising Lexi to be independent, I created this move that we were going to move to Colorado. And it's been 9 months, which is interesting because my coaching program and a lot of my life experiences have been through the 9-month birthing process, rebirthing. Lexi has not wanted to go from 9 months ago till now. And I finally conceded because her dad put a kingpin in my flow about a week and a half ago that he was not comfortable anymore with me taking Lexi without a fight. because she wanted to stay. And all my years of pain came back. And through that pain and that curveball, I went into another dark night of the soul. And this time I emerged, and I can actually feel the maturity. And I can see it objectively. And I know that a lot of the problems, I mean, we all understand law of attraction. We attract everything into our space. The problem was me. And I'm not a bitter person. I'm not a resentful person. But I had bitterness and resentment to my older children, to my ex, for a family that I had begged for years. And I tried to make a man into a family man that just was not, you know, he's got what's called narcissistic personality disorder. And just was never wanting to be a family man. And a couple of my older children are actually drawn to him. And that was very painful for me because he's in a new family, you know, just got married. And Lexi wanted to stay. She wanted to leave Vegas. And I finally conceded, and I just said, I'm not going to fight. I want my daughter to be happy. She's almost 13. But my biggest pain is, as I told her that I'm not going to fight it, my pain, in a weird sense, brought her pleasure because she got what she wanted. But it just really ripped my heart. And I realized that raising 5 children, I've been a mom for almost 29 years. And being a single mom, raising her independent. But I didn't want her to become independent of me, but I wanted her to have a mouth and have an opinion. And I share this not for advice or coaching or counseling, just so I feel like I have a connection. It's kind of like a healing for me. And I want to start this vlogging to share the growth in my life, what I've learned from it spiritually as a spiritual teacher. We don't have it easy at all. I think that there may be a little more challenge because we're always called to rise higher. And then once we've risen above, we're able to share that with others and help them get to the next level in their life. So I just wanted to share that today, that I'm having a challenge this weekend. Lexi and I cleaned out her room today, and she took all the stuff she wanted over to her dad's and his new wife. And Mom is preparing to make the move to Colorado. She's going to spend the summer with me there, but I still have my hopes that maybe once she experiences it, she might have a change of heart. So that's kind of just what I wanted to share today. And I'm going to start sharing more just for selfish reasons, I think, so this helps me heal and continue to clean up my life so I can help other women clean up theirs. So thanks for listening, and I'll share again soon. Bye-bye.